former President of the Republic of Mozambique, Joachim Chissano, and Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, the President of the African Development Bank, one the facilitator and the other the debt champion to the Zimbabwean debt challenges, met the President, Comrade Emmerson Mnangagwa at State House in Harare, briefing him on the progress made so far. Coming in the backdrop of Dr. Adesina's departure from the bank mid this year, in the meeting was the Finance and Economic Development Minister, Professor Mthuli Ncube, the Permanent Secretary, George Guamatanga, and officials from the Ministry of Finance and the African Development Bank. Let's hear the two facilitators speak.
So we're just here to, as part of our consultations, normally the President has been excellent in terms of supporting the structured dialogue process. He's always been there. He supported a lot of things for the reforms, and we came here basically just to encourage him and to commend him for some of the progress being made, and also identify areas where there are challenges that we can work together on. We are particularly very pleased in commending the President for the progress that's been made on the SME process. That's the Staff Monitor Program, together with the IMF. They were here in January and also in February, and we think that that is going well. There's still a number of things that needs to be eye on that, but we're quite pleased with the conversation going on with the IMF. We also commended with the President on what has happened with regard to the land issue. This is a really major issue here. The success of the President and the government with regard to title deeds. Normally it was 99-year leases, now it's moved to full title deeds. They've already issued that to 10 selected farmers, and they also plan to have it for 2,500 farmers by the end of March, so which is actually very, very good. We commended the President for a very difficult decision. It wasn't easy for the President to make that decision about the bilateral investment promotion protection agreement payments to those that were affected. But he took the bulls by the horn, and he did that. And in fact, they have already fully paid 10 of those affected farmers, and there are 75 also that have partially been repaid, and there's another 9, I think, that still remains, but I think those farmers have to complete their processes for the government to be able to do that. And Mr. President told us that he already allocated another $20 million to be able to support that process. So we also identified some challenges which we discussed with the President. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you about that. All I can tell you is that the President is strongly supportive of this process, and it will do all it takes to make sure that this succeeds. We are excited about the progress we have made. All the bilateral partners that are here, World Bank, IMF, and UNDP, and everybody else, we're all working together for the same goal. And we're not fully there yet, but we also, as African Development Bank, have been very supportive of this process. We have a clear a timeline that has been done. We have paid to secure a global financial advisory firm to support Zimbabwe towards that time part for the arrears clearance and debt resolution process. We've also paid for a legal advisory firm that is advising the country, and we are looking into how to get a bridge financing framework in place that would allow Zimbabwe to be able to clear some of the arrears that it has in multilateral financial institutions.
About the progress which we are reaching in all the process. So it's a matter of a continuation, and I think that soon we'll have better results. And with the continuation of the bank, I also was worried that where he leaves, what was going to remain. But he reassured me that he personally will continue with us, but also the bank will continue with us.
So this is a full commitment. I am personally committed to this, but the African Development Bank is fully committed to this. It goes beyond myself or my term, because Zimbabwe is a very important part of the African Development Bank. Zimbabwe is a critical country in the SADC region, and in fact, I was talking to His Excellency. We're talking to His Excellency about how we look at regional trade. And the Zimbabwe railway network is critical nav center for everything. So we clearly, as African Development Bank, are committed to this, and this, of course, will continue.
Zimbabwe's consolidated debt stands at $21 billion United States dollars. 12.3 billion being external and 8.7 billion local debt.